This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. To begin with, the subject of watches as investments are contentious. Experts generally agree that you should get a watch because you adore it and wish to wear it. Interest in watches appears to be increasing naturally. Those who had never been interested in watches are now learning how beautiful this hobby is. This organic increase in demand was aided by the pandemic, and we are still on our way to full recovery, especially in terms of economy. It seems reasonable to be concerned about the value retention of your cherished watches when we hear all this news about the market catastrophe, even if you're not purchasing them as investments. The important thing to remember as a collector is that you don't care about value, and for some, falling prices merely make more watches more accessible. The watch community typically does not like purchases made with the sole goal of flipping them or putting them in the safe till they are worth no more. Although there are numerous elements at play and there is economic uncertainty, it would be much better if we took a closer look at what has happened and what might happen in the watch industry. So for today's video brought to you by The Luxury World, we will be discussing another market update because we deserve to know what is currently happening in the watch market. We have seen a lot of different things happening, and it's about the right time we talk about it. If you still have not subscribed to our channel, make sure to do it now so you can stay updated on our future videos. Given that this is a fresh year and with each new year, the market has now difficulties and surprises as well as new pricing, especially in the watch industry. What we can see so far is that things have been moving a lot, and what is going on with watches and the market is what helps us understand the situation. Lately, prices had come down since the peak of the previous year, and there was an area where some brands experienced an all-time low for quite some time. It was last year when we did not see a lot of shifts in price, and everything settled down until the holiday season in December came when more people were buying compared to 2021. Therefore, we can say that the situation started to become better last year. There was a lot of selling as well as a lot of buying, and a lot of exchanges were being carried out. Right now, we can say that prices were not the same when they came off from trade, and there are more reasons to work on a deal. Last year was a year of trade, and many people wanted to get their new watches adjusted to lower prices, wherein both sides of the market in retail and second-hand markets came back down. Prices became more realistic whether it's from the dealers or the private people. Now, let's talk in more detail about a few of the timepieces. It's discernible that a price change has occurred. For instance, the Rolex Day-Date Rose Gold with green dial, which was once priced for $95,000, came down. There were some available even as low as $45,000. On the other hand, in the last 2 months, watch prices went up. Some watches are marked up for $2,000 or $3,000 higher than their previous prices. One of the events that made that mark was for the first time in more than 9 months. The cost of a watch went up. Increasing prices at this time are not all increasing, yet they could be even declining at some point. There's a watch from Rolex that went up a little bit higher. This is the ceramic Daytona 116500 with the black dial. The black dial went up interestingly, and that is a good sign. Other sports model watch is going to be Batman, Pepsi, and Kermit. These watches have been going up almost every week, and they are increasing regardless of the dropping in prices they experienced last year. This is what every single watch has been doing. It's a pretty peculiar trend because other items are going up as some do, while some are essentially remaining stationary, which is surprising. Some watch buyers become disappointed because even there are decreasing prices for some watch models, they are losing money on taxes. Everyone must understand that in doing business, there is always cost allotted for taxes, especially for sellers who stock watches that they get at retail prices. Moving forward, some timepieces are increasing in demand, but the average day dates now are about the retail and the gray market, and it's much higher in price, as well as compared to before, like $10,000 over. Other than Rolex, let us now take a look at different watch brands. So let us start with the Patek Philippe. The new release of the Nautilus Reference 5811 has gotten a huge premium as we thought it would. Indeed, it was more expensive than the previous 5711, but it's still surprising. Patek is currently one of the watch brands in the current market that have gone down for a while. Some of its pieces have trickled down for a few grand, but it's nothing to worry about. What Patek Philippe has been doing lately is that they settled down for a bit into the pockets, but nothing much drastic. The 5811 is one of those pieces which may be included, but since it's a new model, it may get a crazy premium. It's still way over the retail, so you might pay higher atop of its market price, but it's still pretty impressive. Other pieces like the new Patek Philippe Aquanaut Loose Rainbow Chronograph are getting a momentous premium of over $500,000. Over this market condition, we may justify why watches like this have a momentous price. Now let us talk about Audemars Piguet. It has been a little bit weird about what's going on. Royal Oaks have been very stagnant for quite some time, and we don't see a lot of movement in the Royal Oak standard iterations. If somebody wants to buy a Royal Oak, its standard stainless steel is a good opportunity to grab the chance and buy them because its prices are not that high now. You can get one for $40K and you will be getting a nice watch. On top of it, some timepieces are getting in demand again, but not compared to how they were before. In the current market, that watch is still requesting such a high fee, but then it has once more maintained some of the quality ones that calmed down slightly. For the skeletons, they took a little bit of a hit, but that's it. And so, we move on to our next watch brand. Choosing between Mille and Rolex is difficult, especially if you're looking to purchase a high-end timepiece for the first time. Through their watch movements, the materials they utilize to make the watches, and their pricing strategies, both have earned a valuable position in the watch market. Mille is one of the many high-end watch companies that has a history of technological advancement and fashion innovations. For Mille, we know that it's the complicated one and one of the ultra-luxury watch brands that offer crazy pieces. But from what we are seeing now is that the prices are starting to cool down and people are racing now to drop at least $500,000 on this watch brand. Many people are vying for the Milles right now, and they are looking to get it at a good price. For the last 2 or 3 years the market has been driven, we all know that we could not keep enough of the Milles in stock, and they were just passing off the shelves. It's just that these days, people are becoming more selective about which watches they are going to bargain for. One thing is for sure, like the king of luxury watches which is Rolex, Mille is also booming right now. What are your thoughts about the current watch market? Is it changing or does it remain the same? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comment section. If you like this video, we will be glad if you let us know that too. Don't forget to follow us and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is The Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.